Good morning, good afternoon, good whatever it is, wherever you are when you're listening to this live. I'm happy to be presenting in Mesh today the amazing Kurek Ashley. So I am going to see if I can be amazing at bringing people into the chat. Give me some likes and loves. Whether I'm amazing at this or not, I will get Kurek on here one way or another. I'm just waiting for Kurek's head to pop up. How is everyone? Getting likes and loves? Yeah. Sitting there waiting in Mesh, you're like me, that's what I do. Hey Emma. Hey everybody. Just waiting to see Kurek pop up. There's Craig. Hey Craig. Just waiting. Look, no matter what, I'm going to get Kurek in here, even if he has to go do a live himself. Because I could be failing at technology right now. But I'm sure it'll be worth it no matter what. I know he's ready. I'm just going to see if I can send this to KUR. This is interesting. No results found. That's sensational. Failure. We will keep going with this. I don't know, Craig, can you reach out to Kurek now and just say, mate, accept the invite to Mesh? I did put him in here last night, so yeah, Kurek's just simply not on the live, so I can't invite him. So if you could message him and just say you've got to be in Mesh, and I'm sitting on the live now, so just log into the Mesh live. Got 9 people on. Hey, I found him. He's there. I saw a like. Can we get him on? Hasn't given me the option yet to get him on. Can you join me, Kurek? There's a little button down the bottom. I hate this stupid Facebook. Maybe, yeah. Maybe you've blocked me. Maybe it was just time to block me, Kurek. Oh, here we go. Approve. It was worth the wait, guys. It's adding. You're right, Christy. I've got to be patient. I'm a patient guy. Luckily.
Oh,
Hey, technology
there
works.
you go. It works. I was trying to do it on the normal phone thing as well, on a computer rather, but it didn't seem to come up Facebook Live.
Yeah, computer doesn't like it for some reason. I've never been able to get. I think there's an extra add-on you got to have to make it work. So yeah, we've got to do phones. So guys, welcome to the Kurek Ashley Live. Kurek's obviously uh, doing Super Saturday very shortly, and we're gearing up for that. We're really, really excited. Tickets are going fast, so that's amazing. And look, part of what we do here is we like to provide so much value and bring the best in the world to Mesh. As you know, we do the Monday night calls. We do that, and when we get the opportunity to speak to people and get learnings from people that have actually got runs on the board like Kurek, uh, we get him in here too. So he was being kind enough to say that he's going to spend some time in here and give us some tips and tricks on how to make 2019 the most amazing year of our life so far. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we're actually nearly at the end of the first month. So like month one's gone, and how are we going with our goals? So Kurek, I'm going to shut up because, mate, it's better that you talk. So I'll take it away.
No, Joe, it's awesome. Everything you're saying, we can have this year be just another year that blazes by, and people ask you, what'd you do? And you're like, yeah, same old thing. Or you can make it the most dynamic year of your life, and I know a lot of people start off with that intention, but it comes down to more than an intention. It's just like any other goal is that, and I have a webinar coming up on Friday about, managing your fear. Because it's one of those things we're going to have to deal with. Anytime we go to grow in life, you're going to get challenged, right? And, there's a fearful part of that, like, oh my God, I'm going to get challenged and all the rest of that stuff. But the thing is, when we face our challenges and we face our fear, we grow the most. So I like it. I mean, jumping out of a plane 115 times, it was definitely challenging. It wasn't even something I remember the very first time seeing the ad in a local paper, little local paper in LA, and saying, let's do it. I instantly jumped on the phone and called. Figured, you know what, if you put this on the back burner, it's never going to happen. And then got out to the jump site and, went through ground school and all that stuff. And then you get in a plane and you're like, and you look out the doorway and you're like, no, man, look, that's high, and said, I want to be first. And so they count to three, they say on three, go. Well, on one, I already left. I don't want to wait till three, And then, did my first skydive and then did three that day and instantly started going back to the jump site every day. And, it wasn't really about, I wanted to be a skydiver and I wanted to be an instructor and whatever. It was about facing my fear, but also is, when you're doing that, find a way to enjoy it. Did 115 jumps. I jumped, did 20-man stars, did all kinds of crazy stuff like that, including jumping out at night out of John Travolta's DC-3 over the Mojave Desert on New Year's Eve, 11:59 to midnight. And I mean, it's terrifying because it's so black. I mean, there was no moon that night. And when you jump out of the plane, you don't even know if you're falling up or falling down, besides that you believe gravity's working at that moment. But, again, it was one of those things where I really thought there was a good chance I'm going to die tonight. So I'm going to live. But here's the thing about this whole story is that every day we wake up, there's a real good chance you're going to die today. I'm not trying to be morbid. It's just that car accidents, something falling out of the sky, sickness, disease, a bacteria, parasite, it could be any zillion of things every day of our life, every moment of our life that has a chance to take us off the planet. And, because of me going through the helicopter crash and losing 5 of my friends, and by the way, that's not the only time I faced death in my life, including my own, Erin, my beautiful wife, her husband dying at 35 years old. She was 32 at the time, 2 small kids. For both of us, it was a beautiful sunny day where it wasn't actually supposed to happen. It wasn't one of those days where you wake up and you go, oh, today's going to be a bad day, so let's start to live, right? Well, because we both went through something like that, we realized every day needs to be your best day. Every moment needs to be your best moment, And so, like, if you're in the business that you guys are in of Juice Plus and you're saying, oh God, talking to new people or making phone calls or appointments, that's scary, or, whatever. Well, first, on your deathbed, you'll look back and you go, why didn't I make some phone calls? I could have been a different place financially throughout this life and enjoyed it better because I had some cash in my pocket, in my bank account. All of a sudden, next to death, making some phone calls doesn't look that scary. So that's called the law of relativity. It's a law of the nature, it's a law of physics, and it says that nothing is big or small until you compare it up against something else, right? So every day, Aaron and I, we grow our business, we spend quality time together, we spend time with the kids. Matter of fact, Elijah, it's the kids' first day of school today, and Elijah's home sick. and I get to spend the day with my son and do business and make money, and but it's not a pressure, and he doesn't feel, oh, I'm staying home, but man, I'm causing all this tension at home because now the family's going to suffer financially because dad's not at work, kind of thing, right? It's not that. So you wait a minute. When I face my fear, I'm going to grow the most. So I'm going to make those phone calls today, and I'm going to sign somebody up. I'm going to build my business today. I'm outcome driven, not to-do list driven. So it's not about making phone calls. It's about getting people in your business or getting customers in your business, one or the other. By the way, that's every business, right? So by the way, if you have a job for somebody else, when you're in sales, well, your job's probably going to be is get sales or, get customers for somebody else's business. So it's so different. We think, oh God, it's scary now because it's me, but I mean, face that fear, go out there and start getting educated on how to do better presentations, get better at making money, get better at generating wealth. Whatever it is you need in your life to achieve your goal, start getting educated, put that education into instant application. So I don't even care if you learn part of a strategy, put that part of the strategy into action today so you start getting used to it. Because one of the reasons, Joel, that people have fear towards doing new things is because they're probably not going to be great at it right off the bat. Now, as a kid, nobody even cares, right? I mean, you jump off somewhere high and you crash and burn, like, using your umbrella as a parachute. We've all tried that one only to find out it didn't work. Well, kids don't quit. They just go for the patio version, the bigger parachute or the sheet over your head, right? So, but as an adult, we start worrying what people are thinking about us and how it looks when I'm not great and blah, blah, and since I'm not a master of it. But the funny part is the more times you do things, the better you're going to get at it. And all of a sudden you are great at it. So the time is to face your fear now and start making, whatever strategy, so whatever skill set that you need to make you better at your business, just figure that one out, and by the way, there might be multiple. Okay, let's say you got 5 skill sets that you need. I would look at all 5 and go, okay, which one of those right now is going to give me the most amount of benefit? That's not that hard. And you go, okay, let's start on that one. Let's not do all 5 because jack of all trades is the master of nothing. This one's going to give me the most amount of benefit. So let's work on it now. Who can help me? Where can I learn that? Blah, blah, blah. But by the way, in network marketing, that's kind of cool that you guys have, or it's very cool that you guys have upline and trainers and training and all kinds of stuff. But if not there, coaches, YouTube, Google, somewhere, somebody's going to have to know how to be a better speaker, presenter, salesperson, networker, communicator, whatever the skill set is that you need. Start working on it today, and whatever you learn, put it into action immediately. So I'll give you an example of that. Is when Erin and I first got together as a couple, she had no idea of the business that we're in, right? So now, I mean, she had never been in the, sorry, I'm adjusting my phone. There we go. She had never been in the workshop, seminar industry, coaching industry. Matter of fact, she didn't even have a business. She was a environmental planner for council. So how much farther away from my industry can you be than environmental planner for council? And she was great at what she did and loved it, passionate. She thought she was making a real difference on the planet, and put her heart and soul into it. When she decided to come on the business with me, she goes, I don't know anything about your business. I don't know anything about it at all. I don't know online stuff. I don't know marketing. I don't know business. I don't know seminars. I don't know workshops. I said, education, application, follow through. But the first thing you need is the right mindset, which is, I need education. That's not even that crazy. She's like, I could do that. And then you need to develop some new skill sets. So she said, well, I don't even know where to start. I said, okay, well, I have an online program that I had just signed up for. I paid for it, that I hadn't started yet. I said, how about we just start there? It's a bunch of videos. I think it goes for 30 or 45 days, the course or whatever, if every day we do one video, which is going to be about 10 minutes long or 20 minutes long, whatever that is, and whatever we learn on that video, let's just put it into action right away. I mean, sometimes you'll even stop the video and put it into instant action. And so, you know, we started doing that. All of a sudden, we did our first campaigns and we did our first social media stuff and we created a vlog. And these are all little things that we learned along the way. And if you go to kurekashley.com, you'll see a bunch of vlogs that we put on there, which came out of that, right? How to get them on YouTube and how to connect this to that, and then social media, and you know, and then Facebook ads and the rest of these things. Now Erin runs kurekashley.com. You know, she coordinates the website being built. But by the way, the last version of her website, she actually built it because I taught her how I learned how to do it. She started doing it and she got way better than me at it. You know, originally I'm saying, why don't you do the contact page? You know, how to contact us. And then pretty soon I started seeing her work way better than what I was doing. Handed her everything. But she got, you know, she loved it. Now she, you know, we've realized that's not where her ability should lie. But man, when she coordinates with our website builder what we need, she knows exactly what she's talking about because she's educated and she's put it into action herself. So she knows what she's asking for. Now, you know, there's different, and then, you know, I bought the rights back to to How Would Love Respond, my book, from the publishers. And now we had to publish my book from scratch, you know. Well, we didn't know anything about publishing company or anything. So guess what? Education, application, started our own publishing company. We have Keel's Publishing now. We republished the book. It's gone back to bestseller again. Now we got the rights back to the audio book. Erin's never done that before, just through education application. Next week, I start re-recording How Would Love Respond audio because we own the rights, but they wanted to charge exorbitant amount for the files of me reading my own book. So I go, I just reread it. Not that crazy, you know? But again, all these things I'm explaining to you guys, I never knew how to do them either. I didn't even know how to write a book, let alone publish and the rest of those things. As I got educated, I started applying it immediately. And the whole time I was writing the book, I learned publishing, I learned marketing, I learned online marketing, so that when my book came out, it went bestseller in 4 hours. But from a guy who didn't know how to do it to a guy who actually did it. And this is not my natural world. Like, I've tried to write other books before and failed and quit because I didn't know what I was doing. So as you see, it's, you know, I'm a real guy. I'm just like everybody else. Erin's a real person, just like everybody else who wasn't anything to do with the industry she's in now. Now she does retreats together. Now she's doing her own yoga retreat in Byron Bay later in the year. Now we're doing, you know, tours and, you know, all the stuff that she's never done before. And we're writing, you know, writing my next book. We are creating all kinds of new content and online things and business that we've never done before. We doing house renovations and, you know, all kinds of stuff that we haven't done before. And, you know, there's construction and this, and who do you get first? And we go, I don't know. I don't know. Well, who would know? Where can we find that information? Who could help us? I mean, this is every area of life, Joel. I love, you know, and I love this because for everybody on the call today, and by the way, if you're recording this, it's something, you know, you can pass on for people to watch, is that this one strategy we're talking about today can make you successful in any and every area of your life. It's not biased. It's not prejudiced. You don't have to be special. You don't have to be a graduate or a diploma or whatever. By the way, you can be a dropout. I need to learn how to do this. I need to develop some skill sets. But first I need the mindset to say I need some skill sets. Okay. And I might not be very good at it right away. Who cares? But if you keep doing it and you keep working on getting better and better, pretty soon you're the one getting paid to teach other people that stuff. Excuse me. And that's, you know, now Erin, and just like I said, I said, look, honey, let's say that it takes us a year to get you up to speed, right? And all of a sudden, you know, we're making money, you know, beyond your wildest dreams from whatever you did in your job, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. Um, uh, you know, awesome, a year. But what's a year in the scheme of things if you're applying yourself every day? But let's say I'm really going crazy with the year, and this takes 5 years. Now, by the way, you don't go from broke to, you know, it takes you 5 years and all the time to make it, because all the way along the way, there's new levels that you start taking it up to, right? But let's say it takes 5 years, which, by the way, it won't take that. But let's just say, okay, well, most people retire at 65 with nothing. They die with nothing. 80 with nothing. What's 5 years? That all of a sudden you're financially free if you apply yourself every day. And see, again, she's like, right. And the more excited, the more passionate you get, the faster you'll do this, because anything we're passionate about, we really go for, man. Like when I was a skydiver, like I said, man, I learned everything about gear and different planes and different jump sites and different, because it becomes your world. I didn't know anything about business at one time. I always thought if you want to succeed in business, that you need a degree and you need this and you need that. I found out that's not even accurate. How did I find it out? Start investigating, start getting educated, you know. And then I became so passionate about business because, again, I hope this really inspires everybody on the call, is that with a job, you get to spend whatever they give you. With a business, you get to spend whatever you want to earn. I go, I like that, man. You know, and I will tell you that when I really got into business, and I've been trying for a while, but once I really started understanding it, I made over $1 million in my first year. And my accountant, you know, brought me into the office and said, hey, you did it. You made your first $1 million. I said, awesome. Because it was only like a year earlier I was homeless. And I said, yeah, that's awesome. He goes, but there's a problem. I said, what's the problem? He goes, you spent $1.2 million. I said, that's awesome. He goes, no, why is that awesome? You're $200,000 over. And I said, because I got to spend $1.2 million, man. If I can do it once, I can do it again. And I've done it many, many times over since then. But the thing is that for a guy who used to live in his car to a guy who became a millionaire, if I can do it, anybody can do it. But it came because I had the mindset that I'm not backing down. I'm going to face my fear. I'm going for this, and I need to develop some skill sets because I wasn't born with this. I didn't have a dad or an uncle or somebody who was in business who, you know, was my mentor. They were, everybody in my family had jobs. You know, my mom didn't even have a job besides mom, which, by the way, you know, when you raise 7 kids, that's a crazy job. No wonder she drank so much. But, you know, and by the way, 5 of us were 6 boys. 5 of the boys were a menace. You know, we were like, you know, we weren't easy boys to raise, you know, because we had spirit and not always, sometimes misguided spirit. So no wonder she drank. But my point being is I didn't start off with those mentors, but then I started searching them out, including in books, in programs, in workshops. Now you got online courses and YouTube and other things that there wasn't available to me, but that didn't stop me. You know, like I can't say, imagine back in the 80s, you know, as an example, going, I'm sorry, there's no internet yet, so I can't make it. We didn't even know what the internet was yet. It didn't even exist. Now that there's the internet, you can still have people with them same stupid excuses. You know, the internet, everybody's already making money, and network marketing, everybody's already been exposed to it, and everybody, you know, there's too many companies. And you know what? It's people like me who capitalize on people like that who are saying that crap, because it's the people who take action get rewarded by the people who don't.
Wow, it's so true. It's so true. So like I'm just blown away by this. I'm sitting here taking notes and like I always do, and I hope everyone else is as well. So like before we go any further, can we get some likes and loves for Kurek? Like because this is pretty epic, right? So
It's okay.
moving forward,
I'm not here for the likes. I'm here to get the results, Joe.
100%. And Uh, Tell us about Super Saturday coming up soon. Like, what are you going to deliver there? Because like I know you always bring something special. Like, and yeah, like tell us about it.
Well,
What should
Joel,
people expect?
I'm gonna reward you guys again. You know, I know the ticket price is nominal. You know, because you asked me as a favor would I come in and waive my fees, which I am, but you still got to pay for a venue and everything else. And you know, people ask me, how did Joel get you? And I said, he asked. It's crazy. Um, you know, and again, it's funny. That in itself is a crazy success action step. Asking for help. I still ask for help. You know, otherwise you don't grow. And there's people out there who can speed up your process. So for the people who show up, I'm going to teach you the formula that will guarantee you success. And that's big words, man. That's big words. Guarantee. I'll guarantee you success. You got to put it into action, knowing it's not enough. But when you see it, you're going to go, I can do that. That's not even that crazy. That's way easier than I thought. If it was that easy, how come everybody's not doing it? Well, first, don't ask that stupid question. There are some people, I don't care what you do, they still won't take the action. There's some people who love being in pain because they get attention by being victims and, you know, drama and all that stuff. So let's not talk about the masses and why aren't they doing it. You got to change groups. You got to go from the majority to the minority that are willing to do what the average person's not willing to do. But see, that's the difference between first and fourth at the Olympics. 1/100th of a second difference in time. That first place person gets rewards that will blow your mind. The fourth place person gets nothing. But guess what? It was only a little bit different. So my point being, Joel, is from where you are right now to where you want to be is not as far away as you think it is. Come to Super Saturday. I'll blow you out of the water what you're going to learn. You know, you're going to see why every sports team, every athlete I work with, all win. I don't even know the sport. How companies, I take them from broke to multi-million dollars. How network marketers, every single one I've worked with them, become #1 in the country, in the world. I've had people I've worked with, they've done better in 12 months than they did in 12 years of being in their businesses. It's not me. It's a specific set of strategies. I call it the formula. You're going to learn it step by step. You blow you out of the water. And if you're going to go, well, man, why am I getting it for such a cheap? Why is he giving it away? Here's another thing, Joel. I'll guarantee you that first, a lot of people aren't going to show up. Great. By the way, I'm still going to have a great life, whether they do or not. I will also tell you, Joel, that, and you know this story, it's a true story, is that years ago I was on the Gold Coast. 80 people were supposed to show up. One guy showed up. The conference organizer was like fit to be tied, didn't know what was going on, was embarrassed. So I said to the guy, I said, look, sir, I need to talk to you for a second. He goes, I know you're going to cancel. I said, no, I'm not going to cancel. I'm going to ask you, can we allow 5 or 10 minutes? Because this happened once in LA. And all of a sudden, 5 minutes later, door opened up and 80 people walked in because there was a traffic accident. There was a truck that jackknifed on the freeway. And so can we just, I'm going to ask you, because normally I don't make, you know, I don't reward people who don't take action for people who do. And I don't punish people who did take action for people who don't. So I'm going to ask your permission. Can we wait 5 or 10 minutes? He said, sure. So we waited 5, 10 minutes and nobody came in. He goes, okay, I guess we're going to cancel. I go, no, you just might want to sit back a while because I'm kind of high energy. And I did a full-on 2-hour live seminar for that guy and blew him out of the water. He cried afterwards. He couldn't believe it. I said, I never hold back for people who take action. So show up. And then for the people who show up, is you're still going to have to put it into action. But man, you want to learn some stuff that change the game on all areas: business, relationship, health and fitness, whatever it is that you want, self-esteem, feeling better, getting rid of depression, anxiety. Show up on Super Saturday.
And it works. It does
Game
work.
changer. Game changer, Joel. And by the way, I've been all those things. I've been depressed. I've been suicidal. I was, you know, a cocaine addict. I was, you know, homeless, broke. I mean, all those things that you talk about. I mean, after surviving a helicopter crash, where 5 of my friends died. I had a gun in my mouth every night, right? I had cocaine up my nose and smoking cigarettes and dope and booze. I mean, you're talking about depression. You know, you don't get much farther down the rabbit hole than me. Luckily, I'm not a success at everything in life and didn't shoot myself. But the thing, Joel, is if I can go from where I was to where I am, anybody can do it, because obviously a guy in that condition isn't special or magic. You know, not everything I touch is turned to gold in life. I just learned a different way to operate and learned how to put it in action. But then one of my other skill sets is I've learned how to break it down into teachable, learnable formula, and I've learned how to communicate to others, and I've also learned how to help people with leverage to put it into action. That's just different skill sets I've developed, and that's why I do what I do, and why I get the results I get.
That's amazing. Oh, I can't wait. And like talking to some of the leaders and everyone that's in the like on now, like they're all really excited. So if you haven't bought your ticket yet, buy your ticket, because you'd be crazy not to, because you'll get left behind. So
well, and also, Joe, I would recommend, I mean, honestly, this is a great place for you to bring people with you who aren't even in the business yet with you, to bring them there so they see, they go, man, we get this level of training, I'm signing up. Use it as a tool, but don't use it, tell them that, just say, hey, this guy's going to teach you about changing your life. You know, this is really not to do with the business right now. I'm going to use it for that. But this is some of the training we get. But man, what this guy does is it's holistic. You can use it for your life and get those people there. When they go, man, this is the kind of level of training we get. Watch how fast those people jump in your business and become productive because of the launching pad they started with. I think some light bulbs just went on in people's heads, right?
Yep.
So,
100%.
you know, and then I don't care if people come or not. Come with an open and unprejudiced mind, you know, where you know, make sure you bring a notebook. Don't sit there and stare at me, you know, because we're going to do some participation, not just sitting there and listening. You're going to learn through doing, and you go, oh my God, yeah, I get it. And let's go. Let's rock and roll. And I'm not selling you anything. Well, I take that back. I'm selling you on putting it into action. And if you don't show up, I'm going to have a great life anyways.
Same. So definitely invite.
Hold back my life, you know, for people who aren't going to take action, Joel.
100%. And guys, definitely invite people that are outside the business. Like, honestly, the trainings that we're getting, and like I've shared Kurek's trainings out to a lot of people. His book, I've gifted his book to people, and it's really helped me build team. So like that level of training is not seen anywhere else. It's like a Monday night occurrence. So, and you know, and Kurek's easy. He's on the Sunshine Coast. He's easy to find. So I don't know. Anyway,
guys. I said, but yeah. And you know, if you have a copy of How Would Love Respond, bring it. I'll sign it for you. And the rest of those things is, look, we're gonna have a big crowd. And people go, oh God, there's gonna be a big crowd. He'll probably do this again or whatever. Ain't gonna happen. This is it. Show up, snooze or lose. But again, choose which group you're in. You want to be in a minority that literally changes your life and changes the world and adds to the betterment of the planet. Because by the way, money is not the root of all evil. Poverty is. You know, because when you suffer, you spread suffering. When you have pain, you spread pain. When you have abundance, you spread abundance. You know, and with money, you can make things change. You can make things happen. You can help people. So it's not just about money, but it's about what you can do with it. And, you know, you also show other people that they can not suffer as well, and they can have an abundant life. So go to a higher level on this. Go higher, play on a higher level than you've ever played before, and go, I'm not just doing this for me, because if I'm not part of the solution, I'm part of the problem. Quit being part of the problem. Be part of the solution. You know, man, if you look at the world these days, it needs some help. What do you think? Donald Trump's going to fix it? You know, really? The only reason he got the job is Jerry Springer wasn't available that week. I'm kidding. It's who cares? Your prime minister, I don't care if we had the best president and the best prime minister on the planet. They can't do it by themselves. It's got to be a movement from the ground up, man, where we start doing it. We got the power. And if you say you don't, then don't show up. By the way, I'm asking you not to show up because you're wasting a seat for somebody who's going to take the action. So you want to hang out in the loser group, and I'm not calling that person a name. I'm saying the loss of the ability to achieve your goals and dreams. That's a loser, right? But at the end of your life, you look back and go, what was I thinking? I could have done more with my life. I could have been more. I could experience more. Man, I should listen to that bald, crazy American guy. I'd be farther ahead in life. And you know what? There's great people. My father, one of those people who died with a lot of regret for a life he didn't live and didn't play at a higher level. Didn't have the fun he wanted to have and didn't have the abundance he wanted. He worked hard his whole life thinking there was going to be a payoff. And he found out the only thing that created was a hard life. It didn't work. I don't work as hard as he does. I'm not going to tell you to work as hard. Matter of fact, if I told you to work harder, I'd say you're fired. Get out of here. Work in a level that produces way better results, but also gives you that life that you want right now. It's a formula. It's not luck. It's not bias. It's not special. It's not the 13th zodiac sign. It's not the special star you were born under. It's strategy, cause and effect. Put it into action, you're guaranteed the result.
Sensational, Kurek. Mate, thank you so much for jumping on and sharing this. Like, it's actual game changer stuff as well. Like, I got another page full of notes, and hopefully everyone has. Guys, share this with your team. And once again, thank you so much, Kurek. And I can't wait to talk to you this week, actually. But
look forward to it.
See you, mate.
Twice, I think. We got 2 coaching calls this week.
We do. Hey, I'm smart. See ya.
See ya.